Hi, Charlie girl. I just thought I'd come on to see if there was anyone about, so we can have a little catch up about what's going to be going on in the future. Hi, Blakewood. It'd be nice if a few people join, and then we can start getting this ball rolling. Because I'm trying to get confirmation whether I can use certain content, but I haven't got the resources that a lot of people have got on here. Hi, Tink. How you doing? Yeah, I haven't got a lot of resources, so things are really slow when I do stuff because I'm shit with technology. But because everyone come in here and slaughtered it here the other day, thinking they're very big, I'm going for them now. You're making dinner? What country are you in? What country are you in, Charlie? It's just gone 10 o'clock. Mind you, do you know what? I had a jacket potato today, right? And it took 2.5 hours to cook it. It was the biggest potato. It's like I bought these potatoes, right? And they was all like nice sizes for a roast dinner if you just peeled them and put them in the oven. And in the middle, there was the biggest potato you've ever seen in the world. So I thought, I'll make a jacket potato out of that one instead of making like 3 or 4 roasts because I don't know that many people. And yeah, it took me 2.5 hours to cook the fucker. I don't know how much that cost me in gas bottles, but wow. I'm going to keep trying to mute myself. Sorry. I muted myself and then I started talking. I'm going to keep trying muting myself while I'm sucking on my vape because they are annoying. I've got to admit that even though I smoke a vape myself, they are annoying to others. Well, I've been going through a lot of the King's Bench and the Purple Thumb. Well, not so much the Purple Thumb, but the King's Bench and the tribal flag and stuff like that. But I've had to ask certain people if I can use their content, but none of them have got back to me. I've emailed people, they've not got back to me. I mean, I don't know if it's me and technology or because I'm just nobody on here. I don't know, but we'll have to wait and see. Hi, Av. I haven't got a microwave. I live on a boat. I don't use microwaves. Why would I use a microwave? They're rank. The system's creating a microwave out of the planet. The last thing we want is one in our house. But that is actually what I used to do when I was in a house. I used to microwave it 2 to 3 minutes each side, stab the hell out of it, and then I used to put it in the oven to crust it off. And it used to make a lovely jacket potato. But they are better when you do them in the oven. They normally take an hour, but this took 2.5 hours. Yeah. Yeah, so I've been looking at a lot of the stuff on the King's Bench, right? And it's basically, I just want to put it on there as shits and laughs, really. I just want to have I mean, because I'm as stupid as the other people in that group because I believed in it for a while. You know, I can't deny that. I was in that group and I believed it. Yeah, I did wrap it in foil, actually. It didn't seem to do that. I had to take the foil off to crust it up. But anyway, let's not let's not make the night about a jacket potato. But yeah, it was a nightmare. It took 2.5 hours. I don't know if it took that long because oh God, what have I done? Oh no, what have I done? Shh. Oh no, what have I done? Oh, I'm back. Oh my God, the whole screen went on to a completely different thing. Sorry about that, guys, if I swore. It's like you press the wrong button and your world ends. Yeah, that's what I like. If you take the foil off, the skin goes nice and hard. So I left it on for like over 2 hours, and then I took the foil off to crust it up a bit because I do like the skin all crusty. But 2.5 hours for a jacket potato is a long time, isn't it? So I ended up dyeing my hair tonight and having a lovely shower, going to buy some beers and a bit of chocolate, just like us girls like. And now, as soon as I've started talking to you, like the dog's gone to the door and she wants to go out, that really winds me up, right? She lays there forever. But as soon as I start talking on the computer, it's like, I want to go out. That's wrong, isn't it? Go and lay down. Go and lay down, and I'll let you out in a minute. She's looking at me like, as if to say, if you don't let me out, I'm going to shit all over your floor. It's not on, is it? Battling with a dog that don't even talk. Yeah, but she does it every time, Tink. Soon as I talk, it's like I can just sit here and talk about stuff, or I can have a sing song. Soon as I go live and I start talking to people, my dog plays up. I only had cheese and beans, but normally what I did put a lot of butter in the potato though, because what I do is I cut it in half and then I mash all the potato up and then I mash loads of butter in it. It's got to be Anchor, so it's all mashed potato in the jacket, and then I put loads of beans in it and I sprinkle it with cheese. But normally my best jacket potato, which I always love, is I do the same with the jacket, cook it, put loads of butter in it. Don't put margarine in it because you're just selling yourself short. And then I mix tuna with mayo and sweet corn. So I cook the sweet corn, let it cool down, put butter in the sweet corn. Trust me, I don't do this every day. It's a rarity, right? I put butter in the sweet corn, I let it all cool down, and then I have mayo in the tuna. So I put all the tuna in the jacket potato. You have to overload it with tuna, right? And the mayo's in it, and then I put it with a nice bit of coleslaw at the side. And that's my perfect jacket potato, because what I find with cheese and beans in the jacket potato, it's kind of dry. Do you know what I mean? But when you do it with tuna, sweet corn, mayo, and a side serving of coleslaw, it's so nice that you can't stop eating it when you're full up. So you have to make sure you give yourself a nice serving. Yeah, I love chili, but I don't know if I could have that in. I mean, I put that in soups and stews and stuff like that. Yeah, but I do love I love anything hot. Yeah, cheese and sweet call's nice. Lily, stop pacing, please. I tell my friends what a horrible person you've been today. I had a right shouting match with my dog today. She's so rude. It's like all my friends was outside, right? I was about 4 friends out there. They've all got dogs. They're all having a right old good chinwag. I want to go out there and join in, don't I? But I've got a savage that just wants to kill dogs, so I can't go out there. And then I see my friend walking down the garden, and I went, "Is it all right to come out yet?" She went, "Yeah, everyone's gone now." I'm like, because they're out there talking, my dog is them. She just bark, 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 bark. But if I let her out there, she wants to rip an hole through the fence to get to the dogs, and she don't get it that we're not sociable with other people because of that fucking ginger piece of shit that I own. And it's been like that for over 11 years. And I got so sick of it today that I shouted my mouth off at her, right? And every time I have a bacon roll, because I make my own rolls, look, she's shitting herself now, like she's a right coward. You know what I mean? That's what annoys me about her. She'll rip an hole through anyone, but it's like when she knows she's wrong, she acts like this right coward. But yeah, so I couldn't go out there and talk to my friends today because of her, just like for the last 11 years. Yeah, I can't get it out of my dog. The only thing I've got out of my dog, right, and I have to do this every year. If we're out in the garden and someone goes by on a boat, she'll go mental, it, whether they've got a dog on their boat or not. Because a lot of people have got dogs on their boat. They sit there all lovely and they're all content with life and everything. She goes mental. She's at one end of the boat, and by the time they've gone past, she's already up the other end, barking and so aggressive, and it angers me so much that I have to keep calling her and get her in because it's embarrassing. And then by the time the end of the summer's come, she's got it. And it's like, so, because what I used to do, as soon as she used to go into one, I put her in and then I'll stay out there. And she can't stand that. And then she starts to get it. Well, she's huffing and puffing there because I won't let her out. But anyway, let's not talk about her because she's weighing me up all day today. And I had this bacon roll this morning, right? And because she wound me up so much, I didn't let her have any of the bacon. And she realised, right? And I know she realised because I had to go and get loads of water today for the boat. And I've gone down to the tap and a couple of people have gone out and she didn't even bark. I thought, yeah, you know. Can you hear her tapping up and down? But anyway, as soon as I get this confirmation on if I can play these videos or not, because people seem to take a long time to get back to me. Maybe I haven't got enough viewers and I'm not important enough. So I ask someone a question and it takes them days to get back to me. I'm not talking about you guys. I'm talking about these main runners that have got all the videos and put all this crap out. Not crap, that's the wrong word. They put all these videos about people. But I need to have confirmation if I can show these videos or not. Because Andy Devine and his little crony little scumbags coming here the other day, he's created a war. And I'm not going to let it go because I thought I'd done enough last time for them to leave me alone. But to have the cheek to come back in here and attack this live when I'm trying to do it so that we can just have sensible conversations without all the shit that goes on, it's not going to happen. So what we're going to do, we're going to have videos on here. I'm going to show videos of the United Tribes flag, the King's Bench, the global jury, and the Purple Thumb community. All around Andy Devine. Because, isn't it funny? If you are a genuine person and you've got a genuine purpose on here, why would you have to keep changing your name? Why does your audience keep changing? This is what you've got to realize. Because if you are genuine and you are helping people, piss off! Sorry, guys. I just had to do that. See, I've lost my train of thought now because of her. She's been like this all fucking day, and it's really winding me up. Hi, Sharon. Yeah, no, Sharon, listen. All I wanted to know off of you with that one that I sent you was, is it all right to just show that? I don't know, because the guy's in New Zealand and it's him. I just wanted to know if I could show that, or if we got to alter it anyway. But yesterday I downloaded so much stuff that I didn't want to just chuck loads of it at you. It's not just that one I sent you, I think, was about John Wanawa. But a lot of the others, what I've got is a global jury and the King's Bench. And I don't know if I have to alter it or not. But also, what I needed to know is, do I have to upgrade my YouTube, or do I have to upgrade StreamYard? Because I haven't got a clue about none of this crap. Guys, you're gonna have to bear with me. Do you know what? It wouldn't surprise me, right, if I let her out and she won't come in. Because I've had to do this before. I've had to go out there with the lead and bring her in. It's like she plays mind games with me. So bear with me for a little while, guys. And I'm really sorry about this, but I'm gonna have to let her out because she's gonna be pacing up and down, up and down. Give me 2 secs. Talk amongst yourselves about the King's Bench. Oh my God, that took a while. It's absolutely freezing out there. She probably took the piss out there. And when she come in, she expects me to give her a treat. Oh, bless you. Oh God, bless you, Sharon. Thanks for coming on anyway. Yeah, here we go, pacing up and down again, trying her next move. It's annoying because like she gets it so good here until she actually goes against the grain, and then I just can't stand it anymore. I have to. This is one of them dogs you have to shout at them, or also just take the piss out of you. But that's what happens after you've had a dog for that long and they've been a piss taker all their lives. They manipulate you. But anyway, let's ignore her, or I'll ignore her. Yeah. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start exposing the King's Bench, the United Tribes flag, global jury, and the Purple Thumb community, which is all the same thing, and it all stems from Andy Devine, the scammer in Greece. So anyway, has anyone done anything today that's been interesting? Because I haven't. I put water on my boat. 400 litres of water I got today, and I just got to the tap right before this guy that had 1,000-litre tank to fill up. I was like, oh my God, thank God for that. Because I've turned up before when he's already been there, and I'm like, wasting my time, let's go back home. He's going to be here forever. My hair's turned out all right, though, but I've done it brown. I might do it red next time. Or Matt Taylor calls it purple because it associates with witchcraft and stuff, which is what Matt Taylor's all about. He likes to dig people out. Him and his little cronies, all that little circle of people. It's funny what happened to Jeanette Archer today, wasn't it? Or yesterday, rather. Fucking hilarious. And now she's begging for everything. She'd be begging for a settee next. You know what I mean? Because she said they took everything out of her house. She'd be asking for a new kitchen and everything. I see Angela Powell with Disney tonight out of her face. It's mental, isn't it? It's like it only takes so long before these people's masks slip. If you've been in a group and you believed in it and you realise it's a wrong one, just call it out. Don't style it out. Call it out, and it's job done. But a lot of people can't do that, can they? They can't move on. They can't. It's their pride. They'd rather look like a dickhead than prove that they was wrong. I was wrong when I was in the United Tribes flag. But I would still like to have a conversation with John Wanawa, even though I'm going to rip this group apart. I mean, I downloaded some stuff from oh God, what was it tonight? It was a Zoom meeting in for fuck's sake, we've just been talking about it. My brain's fucking murder lately. I'm gonna have to go and have it checked out because I am 60 and I can get dementia or whatever it is because it does run in some of the family. But the thing is, it's all up there and it just comes when it wants to come. That didn't sound right, did it? It's just there when it wants to be there. That sounds better. I don't want to start sounding like a gigolo. Let's get rid of that before anyone clicks on it because that will give you a virus and we don't want that, do we? There's enough viruses in this world. What does everyone think about this COVID shit anyway? It's starting to look a bit wonky, isn't it? Don't you think? This is what makes me laugh about Andy Devine, right? He was talking about what's going on in the world, right? And all the FEMA camps and everything, right? But the most important thing that's fucked us all over, he didn't predict, did he? He didn't predict the COVID coming along. Yeah, exactly, Charlie's Girl. Charlie's Girl. That sounds lovely, that name. Charlie's Girl. Are you one of Charlie's Angels? I used to have 3 transgender friends that I used to call Charlie's Angels. We used to have such a laugh. I mean, I never met them. It was online. They was in where'd you go to buy all that smoke? Amsterdam. They lived in Amsterdam. They was lovely girls. I used to call them Charlie's Angels. Yeah. I still talk to one of them now. The other 2 have gone a bit wonky. Your dad was a Charlie. What, a Charlie sniffer or just a Charlie in general? Yeah, my hair looks alright. It looks alright. When you dye it, you get like a nice sheen through it, don't you? It's nice, that, isn't it? It's like I looked about 80 this morning, but I look about 75 today. Yeah, I look about 75 now, even though I'm only 59. Carl was listening to that Minx tonight. What a fucking bullshitting prat she is. She is an absolute fucking bullshitting prat, you know that? The Minx comes out with all these wise words, but you can see what she's doing. You can see exactly what how she is. Oh, that's his name. Sorry, Charlie. See, that's completely innocent, doesn't it? Isn't it? But that all just sounded wonky, didn't it? Yeah, you probably don't have to, Charlie. I do. I'm 59 and my grey hair's mental. Oh, yeah, but do you know what, Tinks? You can never judge people like that, honestly. I thought my mum would understand, right? When I mean, at the end of the day, I know I'm old and all that shit, and people come up with what they think, but they haven't walked in my shoes, so they don't know me. But when I told my mum, she had massive difficulties with it for 2 years, and I thought that my mum would be all right. I even thought that my younger brother would be all right, but he he struggles with it. But my sisters were amazing. Yeah, well, you're lucky, Charlie, if it's only in places. Mine's all round the border. And I recede and everything because I used to be a guy, I'll get that like but the good thing about when you dye it, it doesn't actually look like it's receded as bad as it does when you're grey. But yeah, I really, even my daughter, I've got one daughter that just she don't even talk to me, and I don't get it. I've got 3 grandchildren I can't even see. Hi, Moon. Oh wow, I ain't seen you for a while, Moon. How you doing? Yeah, well, your daughter's lucky. Yeah, it's like I had a chat with my mum. I don't know if it was last week or the week before, and we had a really amazing chat because I don't bother phoning any of my family. I just leave it up to them. Oh, you had a break? Yeah, we all need one of them now and then. And my mum phoned me the last week or the week before. I can't remember. Might have been last week, but it does seem to go quick here, even though you're here on your own and whatever, blah blah blah. Time does seem to go quick, and we had a really good conversation, and it was nice. I mean, I don't know how my mum felt about it, but I enjoyed that conversation. I really enjoyed it because it's like we got back to how we was, but kind of been treated a little bit different. Well, actually, no, that's wrong. She didn't treat me any different, but we had a nice long conversation, and I enjoyed that. And I do get where other people are coming from, and I just find it sad as well that a lot of people on here do understand and sympathise with you, but as soon as you say the wrong thing, they they call out every bit of information that you've said, like when it comes from your heart, and that's what cuts me up. It's like when I went on the Wasp. I mean, me and the Wasp are all right now, and I used to go on his chat and go in the live, and we used to have a laugh about things that I do. And I said I bought a boob pump and stuff like that. We all had a laugh. I explained it all because they all keep asking you stuff. But as soon as I went against someone else, that's one of the first things they use, and you just think you got to be the fucking worst child on this planet because all you're doing is slagging me off about my boob pump, but actually I couldn't give a fuck because you're not going through what I'm going through. But I can sit here and slag off everything that you do that's not right. But just because I choose to be a woman rather than a man, because I find a lot of men quite vulgar, to be fair, it's just not acceptable. It's like double standards. It's like you're the voice of reason, but yet you do it with double standards. That's a bit hypocritical, isn't it? Yeah, but it's been going on for 5 years, Tink. It's a bit fucking boring. I'm not going anywhere. Just because my voice don't sound feminine, guys can't accept it. And I always find it's the most of the guys that attack you are the ones that are really nice and want to try and get into your underwear. And then as soon as you repel them, you're the enemy. Because you imagine it, right? If a guy comes onto someone like me and then I turn around and go, no, I'm sorry, I don't think so. You're not my type. Can you imagine how degrading they must feel? But anyway, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this Andy Divine stuff because they should never have come into my live with my friends trying to turn everyone against me, thinking they're clever. That's why I've got my own thing now, Moon, because I can control everything in here, right? And they hate it. They come in here, they slag me off, I block them. They've spent all that time making that profile up to come in here to give it the big Charlie potatoes, and then they get blocked within seconds and says there's a bad comment. And they can't stand that. But what we're going to do is we're going to pull Andy Devine's group apart because I know it's a scam. Because if it wasn't a scam, right, even just through this base, even if you don't look at the money side of it, right, if you are such a good thing, right, and you're going to save the world, why would you start off being the United Tribes flag, then the global jury, the Purple Thumb community, and the King's Bench? Why would you keep changing your name if you're spot on with what you're saying? It's because they're running away from the truth tellers. It's that simple. I've never changed my name because I've got nothing to hide. The only thing that pisses me off is that I'm too truthful. And then people come along and they go, oh, yeah, I don't know about Paris, blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. It's my truth. I've got a clean record. I'm 59 years old. I've got a clean record all through my life. I've worked all my life. And then sometimes, or this particular time, some dirty slag come into my life and wrecked it and nearly got me a criminal record because I bit back. But luckily enough, that person that talked shit didn't even turn up in court, didn't even present any evidence. But that could have got me a criminal record. That's how sad some people are on this internet. Oh, hi Dave, how you doing? Do you know what? It's funny, right, Dave, because I've started this live up myself on live stream and stuff, right? And then all Andy Devine's old school come in and try to attack me. Can you believe that? So I've decided, I told them all, I'm coming for you for the second time, and I ain't going to give up this time. That's the worst thing Andy Devine could have done, was come in here and try and discredit me. So now I'm going for them. So I'm getting all these videos together, but I'm asking certain people if I can use the content, and I'm asking certain people what I need to do with the content to change it so that I don't get striked. So I can just sit here and destroy, destroy, destroy. Because that group's had enough of my money, and to come back here and try and discredit me, saying I'm a wrong 'un. Nah, this is not going away now. This is my goal. Andy Devine should have stayed in that little maggot hole that I let him stay in. But no. Yeah. Well, it's entertainment at the end of the day, isn't it, Dave? It's entertainment for other people, and I get gratification out of it. Because I'm gonna go. I'm going for him. It's like I've seen a few global jury Zoom meetings, and there's people in there, right? This is a global jury, right? And there's people in there. There's a guy in there, right? I'm going to show this when I get confirmation I can use it. There's a global jury of about 9 people, and you've got this old boy sitting in the corner playing with a fucking toy. Now, what the fuck is that all about? And then you've got Andy going, oh, so-and-so, wait till you turn. Don't jump in. So-and-so's talking. But he's sitting there with a fucking kid's toy. So, yeah, we're going to have a lot of fun with these people. And they deserve it. They think they're so smart and they're just greedy and want to take everyone's money. Hi, Kerry. How are you doing, Dave, anyway? Haven't spoke to you for a while. Oh, this will be my mic while I suck on mine. I muted that as I suck on my I'm sucking on my vape, okay? Settle down. Oh, don't. Do you know what? I even heard I was watching a live and oh god, who was that guy that went round Angela's house? Can you remember his name? Dave. Was his name? No, it weren't Dave. Oh god. He was an horrible bastard. Give me your address and I'll come round and smash your fucking face in and all that. Hi, Lady Pauline. He was on there, but the guy's dead now. You can't slag dead people off. But the guy was vulgar, the way he was talking to people, sticking up for Andy Devine and all the other cronies like a proper donkey that knew how to kick. But he knew nothing. And it's like, oh, shall I kick that bit out or not? But no, because that is all what that group is about. No, his name wasn't Jimmy. Jimmy who? Who's that? Who's that then, Dave? Jimmy who? You can't just give me one name because there's so many arse wipes on here that it's, yeah. But when I do my next live, well, I'll probably have confirmation on what I can play, or things will be altered slightly so that I can't get a copyright. Oh, Jimmy James. Jimmy James. Do you know what? I still don't remember who you're talking about. Jimmy James. No. It's so many people. It's like when that Maria Ann Sarsfield come in, right? Oh, Paris, do you remember me? I was really nice to you. What a lying cunt. We used to say hello to each other, but what she didn't do was she didn't explain to everyone that CM was the person that I dropped off at Anne Marie Sarsfield's house. Because CM went from here after she nicked my phones to Anne Marie Sarsfield's house. She only could put up what this was one of her best friends in England. You got to remember, CM comes from America, right? She made great pals with Anne Marie Sarsfield. She could only put up with her for 2 weeks, right? I put up with a fat slag for 4 weeks. She could only put up with her for 2 weeks, and then she went from there to Matt Taylor's house. And that's how my phones got to Matt Taylor, my 2 stolen phones. They went from here to Anne-Marie Sarsfield's house and then to Matt Taylor's. And then we've got Anne-Marie Sarsfield saying, oh, I used to be really nice to you. What a bullshitting slag. Yeah. I had to drive 100 miles with 5 suitcases. I'm sure they was full of gold because they were so heavy. I paid all the fucking money for the petrol. I put up with her for 4 weeks free of charge. She robbed me of £200 and she stole 2 phones off of my boat. And we've got people in the United Tribes flag, the Purple Thumb community, global jury saying that I'm a wrong 'un and I'm lying. But yet when the police, for whatever reason, nothing to do with me, raided Matt Taylor's house, they found my 2 phones in his house. And he reckons that he didn't know they were stolen. But yet he was saying to me, give me some of your silver coins and I'll give you your phones back. Yeah, nothing is nothing is no one's business, Charlie's girl, if you don't want to tell them. They've got no right to your information just because they ask you. But I just find that whole United Tribes flag group full of shit. And when I went in that Zoom, the global jury Zoom, I couldn't believe what dickheads they are in there. Oh my God, what a bunch of dickheads. And then when I start streaming it, once I master what's going on, we will all have a giggle because I'll play it and I'll stop it. We'll make a few comments and have a laugh, and then we'll carry on again. Because it's pathetic what they do. They're so contradictory that I can't believe that I didn't see it when I was in that group 3 or 4 years ago. I don't even know what that means, Charlie Gill TSK. I'm not very good with all that. Yeah, you're going to see some shit come out now, Moon. I'm telling you. I thought that I had done enough damage to that global jury or the United Tribes flag when I was in it for them to leave me alone. We're going to see a bit about Leona Lewis, right? Leona Lewis, this really clever, great person, right? We're going to see what a piece of shit and a coward it is because it can't even put its picture up why it's in the global jury saying her piece, right? It can't even put its picture up properly. It talks a lot of shit about hanging about outside schools, telling the children not to be vaccinated. It's not her duty. It's her fucking parents' duty. Oh, right. Okay, Charlie. And yet she sits there in this global jury going, I go out every day. I hang around outside the schools telling the children not to get vaccinated. What the fuck? Who the fuck wants some old, hairy fingered woman standing outside the school giving children advice? She goes, we get so many people that attack us and have a go at us. And I'm thinking, I'm not fucking surprised. Look at the fucking state of you. You look like a gorilla. You know nothing. And let's face it, when you was on the global jury and you're put on the spot, it's like, ain't got much to say, really. Can you put the spotlight on someone else? They haven't got what it takes. But I bet if her mate Silver was sitting there, she'd be like, oh, yeah, this and oh, yeah, that. You're a cunt and you're a cunt. They're pathetic. It's the same with me, Charlie. But I'll fucking own up to it. And if anyone wants to confront me about it, I'll say, yeah, I did. I was gullible. I come onto the internet. It made sense to me because when I went into that group, it was just about the United Tribes flag and how England have mugged the world off. But when we had all these other things being introduced by Andrew Devine, all these other cases that we had to go and research. So we was off here, left, right, centre, up, down, round. And we took our eye off the ball. The fucking United Tribes flag was almost disappearing and we was somewhere else. And I was like, no, I'm not fucking having this because I come in here about that flag because the history sounded amazing. And even if you don't follow it as like a truth, it is a fucking interesting history. It's all maritime. I was never into that stuff. It's like I learnt so much about capital letters and stuff like that, which I never knew before. But even a lot of people that go on about this fucking law now, it's like, oh, for fuck's sake, give it a rest. Times move on. the ship sank, this has sank, that has sank, common law is on its way out. You have to move with the times or the whole fucking planet's going to sink. So that's what my project's going to be. Andy Devine and the Purple Bum Community. Yeah, they always said that John never said he was a king, right? They always said that John said he was a surrogate king. But I've got a video here that says he said he is the fucking king. And he's going to hang the queen. This is where it all started going wonky. I hope you're going to come and see me in the summer, Dave. All my trees will be down by the summer. I climbed one of them the other day and I got fucking stuck up here. I know. I know, tell me about it, but I wasn't going to call the fire brigade out again. 1 minute we're underwater and the next minute we're up fucking trees. You can't write the stuff, can you? Do you know what? I went for a job this evening, right? It was just a random thing because I know they're advertising for jobs, right? And I went there to see if I could get a job. And the guy was, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to sort of judge ahead, but I kind of got the cold shoulder, even though the advert's out there. And that's what kicks me in the back of the neck. I'm as good as anyone on this planet. But when people judge you like that, yeah, you get your ass down here, Dave. We'll do a bit of shooting, a bit of walking, a bit of chatting. Have a puff and a drink. And you can actually teach me how to play the guitar, the shit you know. Because what I'm doing at the moment is I'm just trying to learn how to control my fingers on the guitar. I'm not learning anything. I'm not learning chords. I'm learning power notes. And I'm just trying to get a grips with my fingers. Because I've always been an electrician and stuff. The motor skills were never relevant in my days. It was the knowledge. But now I'm trying to deal with the motor skills to get them fingers in the right place. Yeah, but let's face it, right? Right. I mean, I read this years ago, right? That all the girls in the royal family married high-ranking officers in the German army. I mean, do you know what I mean? Fucking hypocritical or what? You will never know the truth of what happened in Germany. You will never know the real truth. Because for royalty to marry Germans after all what happened, come on, for fuck's sake. People need to wake up, get a spine and go, we're not having that. You take all our money, you want us to be loyal to you. Very hypocritical what you've done. Because it just makes me think, was it true? Was any of it true? Are we just fed a load of shit? It's hard to say I don't care because it's disrespectful to the dead, but I don't give a fuck. What happened in the past? I can't sit here and cry for the millions of people that have died wrongly in the past. Yeah, he was. Exactly 77. Tulustrious. All right, I use your whole name because I have to say it and not spell it. Tulustrious 77. Exactly right. I started going a bit wonky with that stuff when they started talking about lizards and tunnels. And it was the same with who's that fucking guy who made millions out of fucking YouTube? I can't remember him now because I ain't followed him for so long. Ike. David Ike. Yeah, it puts a little. See, this is what a lot of people do on here. They put they go with the truth and they twist it, and it comes out completely different. Matt Taylor's just a piece of shit. Matt Taylor's got mental head issues. I tried to move on with Matt Taylor, but he is a psycho. He's a weirdo. I've got no time for Matt Taylor other than take the piss out of him. Yeah, you make sure you bring your guitar. I've got 3, but they're all left-handed. Hi, Midnight Rider. I don't know if I've seen you on here tonight before. I don't think I have I? Yeah, but when you look at right all this Nazi and German stuff, right, it's taboo to buy it, but they're weird how it's worth a fortune. It's all hypocritical bullshit. Yeah, fucking don't make sense, does it? Oh, do you know what really winds me up, right? I mean, I can understand it, but what really winds me up is the people that are the worst on here have got the most viewers. Because we do want to hear what they say, but what people should understand, right? When you know someone's a wanker like Brian Hurl or Rodney Kay, all these pieces of shit, Esau, all these pieces of shit that are on the internet, when you realize they're scum, everyone should turn their back on them and don't give them time. But people want them on their show because it gives them content and it gets them views. And that's what really pisses me off about the internet. Yeah, it's going all right, Midnight. I've dyed my hair tonight and it actually looks all right. I've done a good job. Some of these girls go to the salon and they spend a fortune to get their hair dyed. Mine's turned out really nice. It's all shiny. It's all the same colour. When this starts growing out, I'm going to do my next one red, just to really wind Matt Taylor up. Because I bet you, right, as soon as I dye my hair red, I'm going to be this purple witch. Mind you, he's going to have to watch himself now because when my hair was red before, he kept saying I was the daughter of some purple witch or whatever. And then within a year, we had the Purple Thumb community come out, and no one said nothing about that. Hi, Lodge. Who's that? Don't start playing mind games with me, Lodge. I don't. you, you have mentioned he who should not be mentioned. Oh, I don't know who that is then. There's a difference between mentioning someone and bringing someone on who's a wrong one and giving a platform all night, if that's what you're talking about. Ike is a weirdo. So, Midnight, are you actually saying that there are real lizards and the royal family are lizards? Is that what you're saying? Why is he at millions? Yeah, exactly. The guy's stinking rich. If I was in a position like that and I wanted to have a bit of fun on YouTube, I would probably do what he's doing. But it's just sad that people believe in it and chuck more money at him. That's how thick us humans are. I mean, you've only got to look at the vaccine. Look at the vaccine. Look how many people have had it done, right? And they're going, oh, do you know what? We might not carry on with this. It's getting a bit boring now. We might just lift everything up. But we'll see how it goes. Hi, Unlisted. How you doing? Hey, you might be able to give me some content, Unlisted, because I'm going for Andy Divine, because I come on here the other day and a lot of his crew coming here to attack me, and all I wanted to do was just have a corner of the internet where we can all come in and have a chat, and they're all coming here and talk shit and attacked me. So I told them, even Andy Divine coming here, I told them I'm coming for them and I'm not going to stop now, because I realise what I've done wrong. I realise I approached it wrong and I should never have interacted with a certain person, because even now, in their words of wisdom, they're attacking everyone. Well, that's good, Midnight. How can someone be convincing when they start talking about stuff like that? The royal family's lizards and stuff like that. Yeah, acid is an amazing thing. I got to be honest with you. Hey, listen, when Hike, even when he was a young man, he went on a show, right? And he come out with all this shit, and people were laughing their fucking heads off at him. And he was sitting there genuinely serious talking about his shit. Hi Danny, how you doing? We're going to be doing a show on the King's Bench soon, Danny. I need. I mean, I have downloaded a lot of stuff, but I don't know what I can show and what I can't show, because I don't want to get striked. But I've had a chat with Sharon, and she might alter a few things for me. But I wanted to know off of you, Danny, all the stuff that you've put out there about the King's Bench. Can I show it on here? Is that all right? Or do I need to alter any of it, or you're not happy about that, or what? I don't know. I don't want to upset anyone, but the King's Bench, or the, the global bum community. I've downloaded some of your stuff yesterday, Dan, but I just wanted to ask you before I put some of it out there, because I just want to like do a chat like this, but show the video and just stop it and have a laugh about what they're saying and then carry on. Just kind of like what you and Sharon and Unlisted do, because they come in my show the other day and they thought they was being smart. They thought they'd broke me in some way. I don't know how or why. I told them there and then, I'm fucking coming for you and I'm not going away. Um, I think it's both. King's Bench and the King's Flag and the global bum community and the tribal the tribal, no, yes, it's got the United Tribes flag, and you've got the King's Bench, you've got the global jury, and you've got the purple bum community. Oh, nice one. Thanks, Unlisted. At least if I see any of your stuff or Danny's stuff, I know that I've got permission, because I'm gonna fucking rip these cunts a new arsehole for what they tried to do the other day. They didn't get anywhere. They come at me about, I think it was Thursday actually, Dan. Thursday, yeah, I think it was Thursday they come for me. Because I've done a show Thursday and Saturday and tonight. But I need to work, because the thing is, I only get 20 hours a month, and I've been on here 4 hours and 3 hours and 2, and it's sucking it up. So I need to know, hi Victoria, I need to know what I've got to do to be able to, I mean, obviously I can download the stuff, but I need to know what I can do to be able to show it and get beyond that 20 hours, because I'm on the dole at the moment, and I can't chuck all my money at this, because I'm spending £75 a month an hour for 1 hour just for laser treatment, hair laser removal treatment. And I'm not going to jeopardize that for anyone. So I need to work out what it's going to cost me, because I think, I'm not 100% sure, I think I might have to upgrade my YouTube, because I remember before when I done that 3 month that you could download stuff, whereas I know I can't do that now. I can only save stuff. It's all stupid, but it's just the way they run it. Was he really, Charlie? Do you know what? Someone said to me that they sent me a link and they don't really know if I want to look at it because it might upset me. But I can't fucking find the link anywhere. They reckon they sent it to my Facebook. And it annoys me because I've spent ages looking everywhere, in every corner, in all the free groups I've got in Facebook to try and find this link they've sent me. And it's so annoying. And I think that's something to do with Matt Taylor as well. And if he was to start playing up, I'll fuck his mind up so much that he will get himself nicked. I won't. Was it bad, Dan? Or was it just normal shit that he talks? Yeah, so I don't know his soccer account. So I've stayed away from them people for quite a while, really, to be honest with you. Because I've been in the WASP group, I've just not bothered with anyone. But that didn't work out very well, did it? I was hiding in there, and then when I got found by Kaylee, everything went wrong. And then because I called Hoof out as a piece of shit, a dirty scumbag, lowlife piece of shit, the Wasp attacked me, and it all went wonky for me there. But me and Wasp have made it up. They apologised, and should I apologise? No, I'm not going to apologise, because I was going after a man and another man was protecting that man. And he come up with the most vulgar stuff and says, I never lie. But I'm not going to go down that road, because me and Wasp have made up. And whether I go in now, probably will, but nothing like what I used to do. I used to have a laugh on that group. I used to make a lot of people laugh. I used to laugh with a lot of people. But when someone sticks their nose in, when I'm going after someone else that I know is a fucking scumbag, and I just find it really weird that everyone else thought he was a piece of shit a few months later. Yeah, if you don't mind, Charlie girl. Make sure you put it in plain sight so I can fucking see it. Because someone else sent me a link and it's done my nutting today trying to find it. Mod for what? Yeah, I'm gonna rip Matt Taylor apart because he's a fucking creep. No, I'm not getting involved in them, Lodge. I'm going back a few years now. I'm not interested in all these silly little wankers that are on here, because the only reason all these silly little wankers are on here now is because of yous lot. If every one of yous deleted them cunts and didn't give them the time of day, no one would know about them. The Wasp was the worst one for that. He made that guy and he carried it and carried it and carried it. I don't want to say too much about the Wasp, but at the end of the day, he created Brian Hill. Brian Hill is the fucking biggest fat little willy piece of shit on this planet, but yet he was given a platform. And he was showed how to make his own show by Rodney. He was given this. He was given that. I'm not interested in all these small people that are out there now. They will destroy themselves. I'm going for the bigger stuff. The money grabbing pieces of shit. I'm getting rid of the past before I move on to the future. Yeah, but a lot of people say that, Victoria, about trigger, raising your voice and being triggered. I don't know. They're not always the same thing. Sometimes you have to raise your voice for people to hear you. I used to be triggered big time. Who's CG? See, look, the trouble is, right, Illustrious 77, is I have to trust someone before I let them be a mod. And the only time I need a mod is when I've got people on the panel. And the only time I'm going to have people on the panel is if I know who they are. I'm not having any Muppets on here anymore. Yeah, I'm not really interested in that. He's only doing that to get at Chrissy Morris. Not really interested. They're like little children. They never left the playground. He's only helping his wife to get to Chrissy Morris. But at the end of the day, the way I look at Hoof, he's exactly the same as Chrissy Morris. He's a mirror vision. They was best pals. They was both doing the same thing together for a long time. But the trouble is, Hoof decided he was going to fucking nick the grow. And Chris heard about it. So Chris nicked it. And now Hoof is going, ooh, poor me, mummy, he's nicked my sweetie. He's knocked my ice cream out of my hand. Not interested. Let them fight amongst each other. I will get mods eventually, Dan, but not yet. I don't need them yet. I don't need a moderator yet, Dan. It's like some of the people on here, right, that I thought were really nice people because they've got lovely, sweet voices and everything. And they've turned out to be the dirtiest, fucking, slipperiest bastards. And this is why I won't comply to this shit. I won't comply to people's personalities anymore. You got to prove. You got to fucking earn your stripes. Oh, what? So I have to make a mod? Why can't you put it on my Facebook? And I could go hunting for it all day. Oh, that's a fucking bummer, isn't it, Darren? What do I do now? I wish my friend was in here. I've only got one friend. Do you know what? That is fucking true. I've only got one friend on here that I trust 100%. That's terrible, isn't it? Yeah, but it's their voices, Victoria, on here that are trickery. You don't see a lot of people's faces on here, they're wide. Yeah, fucking, I'm telling you, the global bench or jury or fucking purple bum, they ain't fucking getting rid of me this time. The worst thing they could have done after all this calm times was come into my group the other day and try and make me look fucking bad. Worst thing they could have done. Instagram? I don't use Instagram, Charlie girl. I suppose I might have an Instagram. Oh man, can't can't you send it to me in Messenger? Because if you see me in Facebook, you can get me on Messenger, can't you? Because I don't use Instagram or any of that stuff. I'm really basic. It's like I don't follow that many people. God knows what yous lot are going through. The amount of people yous follow. Yeah, I know, Victoria. That's a good thing about it, isn't it? It's like a lot of the people that are genuine are are the people that know what I'm talking about. And I will never deny that I was in that group and I come for you lot as best I could. I've attacked Danny, I've attacked AJ, I've attacked you, Victoria, I've attacked you all. But now I see the light, things need to be put right. There's a poem there somewhere. But what we're gonna do, I mean, I was watching a Zoom meeting tonight, right? A global jury, right? It was fucking pathetic. It was pathetic. And I want us to have a nice laugh and enlighten ourselves. I don't want us to all be all tense and angry we need to laugh about this stuff and pull it apart as we hear it. But we are going to have a laugh with that shit. If I would you know, Dan? Can I use that global jury stuff, or have I got to doctor it in a way that they can't strike me? Because I've got a couple of global jury things. Do you know what? I couldn't even watch it all, but I can imagine if I had that global jury in here and we're all watching it, I could pick it apart and we could have a fucking right laugh. But it was fucking boring because of how bad they were. They want to run the fucking world. And you've got an old boy fucking playing with a toy while they're trying to have a fucking serious conversation. Yeah, I know what you're saying, but it's hard. But look, Victoria, at the end of the day, the first thing that happened to me when I come on the internet was Tommy Robinson, right? I followed him and I was like, oh, I'm not too sure about him. So I moved on and then I followed the Dragon's Den. And the only reason I went to And the Divines because the Dragon's Den was no, not the Dragon's Den, fucking Gary Clark's group, Nathan and all that. They were slagging Andy Divine off so much. I'd never heard of him. So I clicked in like Andy Divine and then I went over there and he wasn't slagging anyone off but the system. And then they started talking about the flag and how our past had been stolen. And it all made sense. And I was like, well, not made sense, but it all sounded logical. And I got sucked in. And it was that simple. So it was all Gary Clark's fault. That's why I wanted to get into a ring with him and punch his fucking head in. But he never took me up on the offer. Yeah, I'm going to review it. Yeah. I'll be playing it, stopping it, reviewing it, whatever. Well, it's I don't know where I got it. I put the King's Bench in, and as you flick through, you or glow. Yeah, I put the King's Bench in, and then you just got all sorts of shit come up. Midnight. Don't start using the content, because if I find people putting content out there before I use it, I'm going to come cut you up. That was a joke. I don't want to end up in court again. Yeah, that's what I want to do, Dan. Yeah, exactly. But I know there's some things that I can't use. I mean, you've given me permission to use your stuff, but there's other stuff that you haven't made. I need people to say, yeah, you can use it. Yeah, you know, Dave, didn't you? It'll be funny because I don't want things to get heavy and shit. I want it to be light on this side, and I want them to be spitting nails, going, "Why did we go in there Thursday?" Do you know what? Den is the biggest prick on this internet. He talks like he's in touch with MI5 and he's got this big gang around him, right? But when Den come after me with Kaylee in What's Up, and he started threatening me about, oh, when we take you to court and you get found guilty, you're not going to be going to a woman's prison, you're going to go to a man's prison, and there's all these type of people in there that are not going to be happy with. And I thought, who the fuck are you fucking divvy cunt? It's like at that time, to me, then people seemed quite big. But as you go through time and you realise people like Den Tarragon, Rick the Dick, or whatever you want to call him, they're just little people that got fuck all to do. And for him to leave his wife, to think, I knew from day one people were never going to be fucking sniffing Kaylee's knickers. She's a troublemaker. She's not a slag. But yeah, Den didn't think that, did he? He got kicked out, didn't he? And even now he's back with his missus. He has to drive about in his car, all secretly to do his lives. I reckon Gary kicked him out of that fucking group because of how bad he was. They was trying to make everything all sound sensible, and then Den Tarragon was coming out going, Sean, you fucking crooked wooden teeth cunt, I'm gonna fucking kill ya. And it didn't do them any good. See, a lot of this stuff still stuck in my head. Then I get it as well. But the only issue I've got with that is Den's still friends with Kaylee, and I've made my peace with Kaylee. But I won't bow down to anyone. Compliments it. Oh, it's private, is it? Oh well. It doesn't affect my life too much. I've had my bad times with that group where I've sat there all night, can't sleep, pacing up and down. They're a big joke to me now. No, same here, Victoria. But for them to come in my group the other day and that Maria Ann Sarsfield to say, oh, how really nice she was to me. Why didn't she? When I said to her, I recognise the name, but I can't understand. I don't remember who you are. Why didn't she mention to me that it was her house that I dropped CM off at? That dirty fat pig from America. I dropped her off at her house. She kept really quiet about that, didn't she? She could only put up with her for 2 weeks, and then she ended up round Matt Taylor's house. And that's how he ended up with my phones. People keep going, I can't understand you, Paris. Yeah, how did so-and-so, how did Matt Taylor nick the phones from your boat when I've explained it? I kindly put CM up for 4 weeks, and because we fell out before she left, she stole my phones and had me over for 200 quid. And my story will never change, but hers does. But she only brought her kids over here to put them on benefits because they're disabled and they get more money over here. But our government took her kids off of her and fucked her off. No, I haven't, to be honest with you, Lady Joan, because I mean you're talking about something that like, was way back. That was like a year before the second wave. Because I I didn't get that wrong. I talked to the wrong people. Well, I don't know if I got that wrong or not. I don't think I got that wrong. But that was a long time ago. And it was painful for me to fucking yeah. Well, you know, don't you? It was painful for me to back down on that. That's why I come back eventually because I was just looking. I was just looking for a way. But I ain't gonna lie. I did kind of. Yeah, I suppose I've contradicted myself there because when I got back in that group, I did started believing it again. I did. That's why I handed that money over. And then 2 weeks after I handed that money over, I was kicking myself all round this boat. Oh, really? Yeah, that's kind of embarrassing, really, that video, because the person I'd done that with was a bit of a dickhead. But I must admit, she did get the information that I couldn't get. I know Danny Jones and AJ had already had that information and tried to put that out there. But I still think there's some truth in that story because it's very hard to work out times and ages when you've got court cases, they get adjourned, you've got other things going on. And I find it really hard to work out timescales because you can lose a lot of time in between that stuff with, oh, they got arrested here. Yeah, well, yeah, the papers said that, but was that when they actually got arrested, or was that actually when you found out, or was that actually when they went to court? Do you know what I mean? There's so many. There's so many different angles that you can come from that when I worked all that out, I think the only thing that I had an issue with was there was something like 10 years astray between the cases if you sort of used your imagination or if you say for instance they got arrested, then they went to court and it got adjourned, and say for instance like what we've got now, we've got the COVID, so a lot of court cases got put back or they didn't get heard, or you kept going to court and then getting kicked out because there was just too many cases and not enough judges. Because the difference between getting arrested and going to court and actually being convicted, there can be a vast gap between. So it was really hard to try and work that shit out. But I got it down to roughly 10 years difference. But what really annoyed me more than anything was I was looking at Andy as a slim guy, and I was looking at this picture that I can't fucking find for the life of me, where this guy was standing up in a living room next to his mum and he was fat. And then when Andy started telling us about his life, and he said he was a fat child and his brother and him decided that they was going to go to the gym and do this and do that. And then I noticed excuse me, after I left Andy's group, I popped in them, I don't know if it's a year later or whatever, I noticed how fat he got. He started losing the weight again now, but I thought, oi, oi, Is that the truth coming out there? Because in my mind, I'm visualizing that guy I saw in the picture that was the Andy Devine that was a fucking paedophile that done a runner. And it all started coming back to me, and I thought, I can't let this drop. Because if you was that bad and you was a fat cunt, what is the first thing you're going to do apart from flee England? You're going to fucking lose weight, ain't you? Try and make yourself look different. So that just done my fucking head in. And my head was all over the place at that time. But it won't be this time. Oh, thanks, Victoria. Yeah. That fucking Matt Taylor is a cunt. He's going to get it, that cunt. I'm telling you. I fucking try and stay away from him because I just think he's a creepy weirdo with a mental attitude. But he's going to fucking get it now. £35. Oh my God. Well, I'll tell you something right now as well. You know, right? Because I've done this myself, right? You know, when you see these pallets of stuff for 30, 40, 50 quid or whatever, be very careful because the wording is fucking, it's a mind fuck because they're telling you they're buying pallets of stuff, but literally you're only going to get one package off of that pallet. So be very, very careful because that happened to me. They're fucking horrible, these people. Facebook's the worst thing to buy things off. People used to say to me, I go, well, I've always got everything what I've ordered, but I've bought a twin CD disc DJ unit, never turned up. I've bought not a rubber, a rigid dinghy, no, not a dinghy, canoe, a fisherman's canoe, that's not turned up. Absolute Facebook, I am never going to promote you. Your scummy adverts ain't worth fucking shit. It's got fucking terrible people on now. But to get a flat pack, that's bad, isn't it? Do you know what? That must be what happened to one of my customers, right? Because I done a bit of driving for, was it Yodel? I think it was Yodel, right? I've done a bit of driving for Yodel, right? And when people get a bit frustrated, they phone the office up, and the office gives them your number, right? And then they phone you up. Oh, blah blah. Where are you? How long are you going to be? Blah blah blah. And I had this woman phone me up, right? And she was right. She kept on about this package, right? And I said, well, look, I'm about 2 jobs away from you. I'm the other side of London, but it's going to take this time, but I'll be there as quick as I can. Okay. I've gone up into this really posh block of flats, right? Massive balconies, corridors, spotless, flowers everywhere. Look like these people had money, right? So I've had to get permission to get into the block. I've got in the block. I've got up to the floor. I've delivered this parcel to this woman, right? And she's gone, is that it? Oh, well, yeah, I'm just a delivery driver. She's gone, I ordered a barbecue. She's got a party in her house, right? She wants to get this barbecue set up so that they can have a barbecue on her balcony, right? And I turn up with this little package, which is a barbecue cover, right? I've never seen anyone so deflated in all my life. And I thought, well, serves you right, because you've got money and I mean, I don't know what she paid for this cover, but for her to think that a cover costs the same amount as a barbecue, it just fucking. I was walking down the corridor, I was fucking laughing my head off. Honestly, it was fucking hilarious. So be very careful what you buy online. Yeah, wish is shit, really, isn't it? You just get crap off of them. The only thing I ever got off a Wish that I really liked, that was worth its money, was like a pair of fluffy shorts and and like a bra. It was like a stone, like if you can imagine a white fluffy material, but cut out in Stone Age style. It was really nice. I've still got it somewhere. I think I bought it about 3 years ago, and it cost me like a fiver for the set. That's the only thing I've ever got off a Wish that was good. Anything else is just plastic snapping off and chucking the bin. MDF. Oh, no. Did it say antique lookalike? I know they play on words. They drive you mad, don't they? You probably received me in that little outfit, Victoria, when I was doing lives in the garden. I still got it now. I can't believe it's still white. Everything's here has ended up muddy and everything. Fucking joke living here. Yeah, Flintstone style, exactly, CB. How you doing anyway, CB? Yeah, me Tarzan, new chain. Do you know what? That's probably what we should do one night. Have a night on here, right, where we've all ordered stuff and we've got something completely different. Because I've had a few things that have just like you look at it and you just want to throw it back at the postman, don't you? It's like you think it's the postman's fault. What are you doing bringing that here? You know I didn't fucking order that. You go and tell your friend. What's going on with my beer here? I've opened it, but the thing ain't gone down. Hang on a minute. I'm gonna have to beat it up. Do you know what? My dog's been really good. I might have to give her a biscuit. See, this is where I give in and let myself down. Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh, I've really fucked that can of beer up. I've got to open it because I've pierced it. What the fuck? Right, so... Oh, God, the rings fell off now. I'm not desperate for a drink, so don't think that, people. It's just like when you go to a petrol station to buy a beer, you know you're paying over the odds. Oh, here we go. So you can't fucking pull one over on Paris. Oh, fucking minute, I'll cut my finger off in a minute. Oh my God. Oh, fucking hell, the hole's bigger than it should be now. How the fuck has that happened? I've ripped the top of the tin off. I thought I was losing strength. It's like I've started on my new hormones, right, nearly a month ago, right? But I didn't take into account that all my muscle would be going to waste, right? I've got up the tree. I fucking almost got stuck up there. It's fucking hilarious, really. Fucking some of the things that happen in life is unreal, isn't it? I better get rid of that bit of metal because that's going to cut my lip. I don't mind sacrificing my lip for a drink, but if I can avoid it. Yeah, so I've come up with this new idea, right? I'm going to get my fishing rod out and I'm going to put a weight on it and I'm going to try and cast it up to where I need the rope to go. And then I'm going to pull the rope up because getting up that tree the other day has actually activated my old motorbike wounds, and my hip is fucking killing me. I should have some spinach. Oh, but do you know what? Oh, it's Dave gone. Oh, fucking how comes I missed that? Who's done that? Hide current comment. Who's done that? What is that? Hide current comment. I ain't done that, have I? I can't even go to see what it is. Anyway, where was we? Oh, bless you, Victoria. Yeah, I think Poundland's all right, because at least you can look at something, touch it and feel it and see if it's worth the money. Fucking hell, a pound ain't lot, is it? Yeah, I can't use them little razors. I have to have 5 blades when I do shave with it, because I actually use an electric shaver a lot. I know I shouldn't, but because I don't go out anywhere and I'm off grid, I use the electric shaver. But if I do go out somewhere, I actually use the 5 blader, because that electric shaver doesn't really do the job. Even though I've had, like, what have I had? I must have had about 28 hours electrolysis on my face, and it's as painful as fuck. £75 an hour. And they reckon someone with a full beard, I mean, my hair's never been massive anyway, but I've noticed with my hair, when I have it done, you've got it. To me, it's like you've got 3 or 4 different layers of hair in your face that grow at different speeds. I forgot what I was going to say then anyway. But yeah, even though I'll go to the electrolysis and she'll do, like, in fact, they don't even do really big areas. They reckon 400 hours. A normal faced beard takes 400 hours. It's like I come out there the other week, right? My face on one side was swollen to fuck, and it was like that for 3 days. It looked like my skin was just hanging off my face where it's swollen a lot. And when it goes down, you still get loads of hair growing out of it, and you think, is it fucking worth it? Well, obviously it is, because eventually I won't have to shave, and then my skin will be smoother, the pores will close up a lot more. But the fucking pain. And then when I get cunts come on here going, you're a man, this, and you're this, and you're mugging us, and it's like, oh man. Why? What would that do, Victoria? See, the thing is, I cracked my hip when I was 17, right? And that wasn't an issue. Well, I say it wasn't an issue. Obviously, it was. But when I was about, what am I now? I'd say when I was about 45, I had a motorbike accident, and it was a really slow motorbike accident. We was going down the road, the traffic was building up, so I started filtering, but this fucking spotty little dickhead saw that the traffic at the roundabout was building up. So he decided to take a shortcut and done a right, just totally random. I'm going really slow. He's took me round the corner, but because I thought I was going slow enough, I put my foot down to stop my bike, because I just bought a brand new bike, right? I was running it in. I've done 600 miles on it. I put my foot down and it stretched my hips so much that it reignited that old accident. And and when I got up the tree the other day, I was climbing up the tree and I got the spikes on my boots, and I've dug one spike in, and then I've pulled myself up, and then I've dug the other spike in, and then as I've gone to pull myself up, the fucking spike has slipped out of the tree. So I'm back on the other spike. I'm about 30 foot up in the tree. So I've gone right back down on the fucking hip that I've had all these accidents. All my accidents are on my left-hand side. My arm, my hands, my hip, my legs. It's all on the left-hand side. So I'm stuck in this tree because I've hurt my leg and I can't lift myself up to get out of this position. And I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, what am I going to do? And I've gone up there with this big rope. So I've managed to chuck it over a branch so that it doubled up. And then I've grabbed hold of the branch, the rope, pulled myself up, and then just come down the tree in the rope. So the rope's still in the tree. But it was like, oh, it's like, I've lost it. It's like, I think I'm still young. There's a lot of things I can do, but I shouldn't be doing stuff like that. So what I've decided to do is get my fishing rod out, put a weight on it, try and get this line up over that branch where I need it to be so that I can put the rope on it, pull the rope over, tie it to the car, because they're slightly leaning over my boat. And then I'll tie it to the car, take it out to the field because this rope is long. I lent it off one of my friends. And then I'm going to cut the V out of the tree, cut the back of it, and then get in the car and hopefully pull it the right way. Because I don't think I can get up that tree anymore. I'm older than I thought I was. There's a lot of shit I can do, but I'm not falling out of trees. Because the floor's hard. I think it was the safety stuff that fucked me up, to be honest with you, Victoria. Because I used to climb trees like I was a monkey. I think most of it was more of a hindrance than anything. But the trouble with these poplar trees, the trunks, not the trunks, the branches come out of the main trunk of the tree and they don't go out, they go straight up. So you've got no footing and they're so far apart that you can't just grab one branch to another, which is how I climb trees. That's how I've always climbed trees. Grab one branch, move on to the next one. Lift yourself up, move on to the next one. But these ones, they're so far apart and they just come out of the trunk and go straight up. There's no room for manoeuvre. And I've got to take 4 or 5 of the bastards down. Yeah, I'm glad it hit me though when I was 60 though, Victoria, rather than fucking 25 or 30. Because some of the people that I know now, they're fucked at a really young age. No, I wouldn't have hit the water, Victoria. I would have hit my boat or the land. Because I didn't move my boat. I wasn't in a position to cut the tree down. I was just getting it ready with the ropes and stuff. But yeah, that was a bit painful. But at least I learnt a lesson now before I fell out the tree. Yeah. Yeah, I have midnight. Is that the one where you hit the tree? Is that the Dunlop we're talking about? Because I've seen a lot of them with the Dunlops and the oh god. Do you know it really annoys me because I fucking know all this shit, right? I watch it all the time. He fucked off, didn't he? Because he just gets in his car. Is that the one Dunlop? Was that him? Because there was 2 families, wasn't it? 2 families that were pretty good at the TT. It's so annoying when I don't remember that stuff. He hit a tree, didn't he? died. He's such a good bike racer. Joey Dunlop. Who was that other guy that was going around that bend and he fucking come off his bike and he bounced across the field and he hit the ground so hard that he bounced up and just went over a wall? I mean, he come at that really bad, didn't he? But could you imagine if he hit that stone wall? Even when you look at God, I hate it when I listen to people like this, and I'm like one myself. Guy Martin. When Guy Martin come off his bike and it exploded, it looked like a fucking James Bond film, didn't it? Yeah, he did. He didn't die in the Isle of Man, though, did he? Because he just fucking packs everything up as basic as you can, takes loads of food with him because he feeds everyone when he's there as well. It's just he was unique. Yeah, well, this is why it's taken me so long, Lady Jane, because I've got sorry, Lady Pauline, because I've got my camper in my garden, and because I like by the end of last summer I was putting the water pump on it and taking bits off of it to get everything sorted. I kind of stopped the project, but since we had that tornado there and it split one of the trees in half, I've like panicking about the rest of them now because I had to bring that tree down while the camper was in the garden. And my friend's going, but Parish, you might hit the camper. I said, look, I'm not being fucking funny. My fucking boat cost me 70 grand. I only paid 15 for the fucking camper. If it hits it, it hits it. But I don't want it to hit it. But I don't want it to fucking sink my boat. So I had to bring the fucking thing down. Yeah. He used to pack it up with food as well. Estonia, that was it. Hit a fucking tree. But like when you saw that accident, it looked to me like no one was about when he hit that tree. It's like he died on his own. Do you know what I mean? And that guy was probably one of the best TT racers you'd ever see. Passion about bikes was unreal. I mean, I've got passion about bikes, but there's nothing I can do about my passion because I haven't got the money. I can't do it. Years ago, you could run a bike on a string. They used to, I mean, well, especially him, he used to fucking work on his own bikes, just like Guy Martin does. He likes to put everything together. But these days, you've got to have sponsors and everything. I reckon I could have been a really good racer. I ain't just blowing my own trumpet, but I honestly believe by the track days I've done with all the friends that I've gone with the bikes that they've had, and I've pissed all over them, I reckon I could have actually been a really good rider. Whether I would have killed myself or not, I don't know. Because when I race, I feel like I'm part of the road. Yeah, I think he's done himself. I don't think he's done himself any justice. All these silly adventures that he's gone on. I think he lost his bottle, but he didn't want to show it, so he done all this other stuff. Yeah, he's fucking definitely interesting, and he knows his way around an engine. He is fucking spot on with an engine, old Guy Martin. You can't tell him nothing about bikes. I see him at a track one day. He wasn't racing; he was just there as like a guest, and someone was trying to interview him, right? And he was so excited about all the different bits that was on. I need to go over there and look at this. I need to do that. Have you seen this? Have you seen that? And the guy's trying to interview him. He's like, fucking hell. It's like a fucking loose wire. Yeah. He'll always be a legend, that guy. Yeah. Fucking right. And I reckon I mean, it's stupid for me to say something like that, but I reckon I could have been a Joey Dunlop. I don't want to end up doing things on the bike like what I tried to do with the tree. But I love bikes. I won't drive like a muppet on the road, but on the track, I'll take every opportunity that I can. I've done trials bikes. I started practicing trials bike just to get used to the sliding. But I didn't do it that much because, like, we used to go over this field and it had a track on it, but it had a big field round it. And right at the end of this field, it was quite a big field. Right at the end of this field, you had a house, right? And we always got some dickheads that had to go right the way up the field from one end to the other. And the people in the house kept complaining so much, they got the track shut down. All because someone had a little buzz and they didn't want to stay on the track. The track was brilliant. If that's what you're talking about, anyway. But yeah, I've had a few trials bikes, and I do like trials bikes, but I'm into more track racing. I love bikes, love them. I'd die on a bike. But I'm gonna try and see if I could get that bike going again this year. I tried quite a lot last year and it wouldn't happen. It did start up once, but because it's a racing bike. You need more than one person to get it started. Did he really, Victoria? Fucking, that's mental, that shit. It's like them guys, it's like, fucking hell. Have you ever seen it where they just come flying off the cart? The guy's just whizzing down the road and this guy's come flying off round the bend. It's like, wow, that must have hurt. But yeah, I admire them people. I mean, I'm not into that sidecar racing, but I do admire it. I love watching it, but I would never do it. Yeah, put me on a racing bike any day. But I hope I get mine going this year because I can do a live doing that as well. So all you guys can be entertained with me going around the track. I would have tried and join a. I mean, if I got good on that bike and I did like it, I would actually join a classic club because that bike, what I've got, has got all the spec to join a classic racing club. Everything's old on it. It's got a 900 engine that's tuned up to 1,000. It's got a P&M racing frame. It's shit off of a blanket, I'm telling you, when it's going. Yeah, I mostly like MotoGP. I don't really like the Axe Murderers, the 600. They're all right, but I love GP. But it's like they've glamorized it so much, haven't they? But yeah, I love it. I think I'm going to call it a night, guys. I really appreciate you coming on. It's actually been quite a good night. I only come on to tell you that I was going to do the Andy Devine bullshit stuff, make fun of him, because they come on my live and try and sabotage me on Thursday. That is the worst thing they could have done because I've left them alone for a long time, and every now and then I'll just slag someone off for a brief moment, and then one of them come in. Why are you talking about Andy Devine? And then I had all the other little soldiers coming along, and I thought, oh dear. Yeah, I love watching that. I used to love watching Rossi and everything. Pedrosa. He made me laugh, Pedrosa. It's like when you actually ride super bikes, right? There's an understanding. You got to have a certain amount of strength, right? And if the bigger you are, the kind of easier it is because with that bigness comes with strength. But when you've got someone like Pedrosa who's little and he's fucking around with these super bikes, it's like, what the fuck? Because he is small, isn't he? Flat caps. Oh right, yeah. Because I've looked back at all that stuff, Victoria, in the TT, and it goes way back, doesn't it? And so I remember watching an old TT, and they was talking about the motorbikes was doing just over 30. Oh, guys, my batteries are going flat. I've just had a warning, and I'm going to go off before the second warning comes because it just cuts out then. But I really appreciate you all coming on. And look for me in a couple of days. I know I can use AJ and Danny's content, but I need to know about this global jury stuff because I don't really know who to ask about that. But like if I talk about it and then because at the end of the day they want people to look at it, don't they? So but that is the one I want to actually start off with. I don't want to go too heavy in John Winawer. I just want to show people that John Winawer, where he was and where he is and what the conditions he was living in and stuff like that. And like when you think like all of us are supposed to be thinking about these people as leaders of the world, it's like I'm going to say too much more because I start slapping myself around the face. Yeah, we'll do a quiz as well. I wonder if there's a quiz on the United Tribes flag. Oh, oh, thanks for all coming on anyway, guys. And I'll see you in a couple of days, yeah? But what I'll do, I'll put a notification up tomorrow. I'll definitely put one up tomorrow for the next day about 8 o'clock. Because I need to check out, because I think, how long have I been on here? Fucking 2 hours. That's ridiculous, isn't it? Fucking, I was on here 4 hours the other day. I felt like I was only on here for half hour. But that's the way it is. But bless you all. All have a good week. And I'll see you. What is it, Monday? Wednesday. I'll see you Wednesday at 8 o'clock. Bye, all. Thank you.